Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. I've got something special for you today. This will be a two-part series in maintaining my son's 2021 WRX STI. For the whole life of his car, I don't think he's decontaminated it. So part one of this series will be doing some typical maintenance by changing the oil and cleaning the engine bay. Part two of this series, we will be going through a complete decontamination process using a clay scrubber, clay towel, and getting it cleaned up in preparation to apply a ceramic coating. So stay tuned. The first thing we have to do is remove this undercarriage. It's just an engine bay protector, but it's got to be removed so we can gain access to the oil filter and the oil pan to drain the oil. Decided I should put on some gloves, so it got me some gloves on there. We'll get better at filming, guys, as we go on here. So there's that. Just gonna slowly take that out here. Oil will start draining. There it is, right into the pan. I'm just gonna let that drain for a little bit. Some people say warm the engine up before you drain the oil, and some people say leave it all on the bottom of the oil pan and get it all drained out, and that's the belief I have. So I've always done it that way, never had any problems with any oil changes I've done. So I'm gonna stick with what works for me. So I'm gonna let that drain here for just a little bit, and come back when it's done. All right, so here goes. I'm gonna take the oil filter off here now. It's a little filter wrench. It's a little bigger than I thought. I've got another one in there, but certainly gonna have to take that bigger one, it looks like. God, I'm kind of small. All right, I'm gonna have to go get the other filter in. Sorry. 1 second. Okay, got the right wrench now. We can just put that on there. Yeah, right off. Those are not on very tight. Not supposed to be on very tight. Hopefully that'll come out and drain right in the pan. Perfect, it is. Okay, right into the pan. All right, let me put you on pause for another second. Hey everyone, sorry for the cruddy video. Looks like the dealer possibly hooked me up with the wrong oil filter. So I need to do some research and find out if the one I got will work, or if I've got to take a pause and go to the dealer tomorrow and pick up another one. So let me do some research, and we'll be back. Hey, welcome back everyone. So fortunately I do have the right oil filter, so I can continue the oil change. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I apologize for the video. I'll do my best to get what we can so you can see at least hopefully some of it's beneficial. Thank you. Okay, so just to confirm, this is a 21 WRX STI Subaru, and the correct oil filter for the STI is obviously Subaru numbers 15208 AA100. So if that helps anyone, that's the right one. Been told that on these guys, you want to fill up the oil filter just a little bit with oil before you put it on. So I'm gonna do that. Turn you around here so you can see. All right, there we go. So there's our filter. I put just a little bit of oil in there. That's about all I'm gonna put in there, I think. This is original Subaru synthetic oil, although I talked to the guy at the parts canner, and you probably use Mobil 1, just a good synthetic oil, and it'd all be the same. Mobil 1 is much cheaper. I could buy 2 oil changes for what I paid for 5 quarts of this stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna grab a microfiber cloth real quick to kind of clean the area. Clean that off, then we'll start the reverse process of certainly of just a little bit. I want to put some on the O-ring right there. I always like to do that. Take and put that right over there. Here we go. So yeah, just a nice clean microfiber. I'm just gonna kind of wipe that area clean. Get us a good seal. Go. Just gonna go ahead and now it's like that fits on there better anyway than that bigger one. Make sure it spins on there right. You can almost hand tighten it. You don't want it too awful tight. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now I've got that guy. Put the drain plug back in. Let me go find the crush clip. Okay, so we now have a crush ring, so we can put the oil drain plug back in and finish up the oil change. So here we go. All right, so here's the oil plug, and how it works is I'm gonna kind of wipe it off, and when you put the crush ring on, you're supposed to put the big part of it like this. So there's a smaller diameter and bigger diameter. The flat diameter goes on like that. Wipe that off real quick here. Now we'll put that on there so it sits on there like that. Curl underneath here. See what's happening. So again, here's the oil pan right up there, and yes, now it's all drained out. So we'll put that plug back in there, just like that. And take a wrench and we will tighten that down. You can feel that it's crushing that ring. All right, so that's good. So you can feel that tighten up. Once that's crushed, it'll stop turning, and that's when you call it good. So now we need to put oil in the vehicle. So we will do that right now. Set this up here so you can see all right. As best we can. There you go. Oh, there we go. That's good. All right, that'll work. Yeah. So here's the oil. It's supposed to be 4.5 quarts. And so, you remember one of them we took a little bit out, so I'm going to take 4, filled up the oil filter. How good I can be at this without spilling it everywhere. Let's try one of them here. Let's engine oil, yep. We'll be all right. Done this enough. Just 1 quart. Quarts going in. We took something out. That one still got in. Yeah. We'll have to measure. This is 3 quarts. Get the oil dipstick out and see where that tells us. So I know we're accurate. Well, when this oil's hot, it's been out in the sun most of the day. It pours pretty easily. Pours pretty easily. So this will make 4 quarts here. Grab one of these rags. Let's see where the oil's telling us right now. Kind of dry it off. It's not a very long dipstick, is it? That's telling us that we are about halfway where we need to be. So I'm going to pour half of this other bottle oil in there. That's about it. That's 16 ounces there. Got a second to drain down there. And let's pull this out. I'll just, once again, get it off. Figure out where that's telling us. If you look at that now, hard to see. But the oil is right to that, so it's between the 2 little holes in the dipsticks where it's got to be, and it's right there, right at the end of that hole. So we're great, right where we need to be. So we've got a little oil in the oil filter, so when we start it, we shouldn't have to add any more oil, only because we pre-added oil into the oil filter. So that should be good there. All right, so there's that. I think we're good. What I will do now, I just found the crush ring I was looking for yesterday. How about that? I'm gonna put it over here. All right, there's that. Let me go, okay. We're gonna check for leaks, so let me go grab some keys real quick. Okay, so let me go ahead and start this up here. Unlock. Nothing coming out the bottom, nothing out the oil filter or the oil pan. So we know we've got oil back in there, so we should be good. Start this up real quick. Okay, so there's no leaks. Turned it on. The camera got too hot and shut down. So sorry for that. I think we're good to go. I'm gonna be kind of hold it over here in the shade so it doesn't get so hot. But I will spare you from watching me put the plastic undercarriage underneath there. I'm going to clean it off real quick. I'll show you that. I'll put it on and then we'll get the engine bay taken care of. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the undercarriage. Just gonna clean that off a little bit. Got a little bit of Kokemi Green Star, very high alkaline, in the IK alkaline foam sprayer. That should do a good job of getting this all cleaned up. So here we go. And yes, normally this kind of stuff you would never do in the direct sunlight or even in the sun, but this is just an undercarriage and I want to get this oil change taken care of, so I think we're all good. Yeah, pump the sprayer back up. Can't wait for them to come out with the E version of the alkaline foam sprayer. Kind of have to do this anymore. Just gonna let that sit on there. Not gonna let it dry on there, but I'm just gonna let it sit on there until we're good to spray it off. Let's give it a couple of minutes here. Then I'll use the rest of that. Detailed the engine bay not too long ago, but it looks like, as you can see, most of it's still pretty dang clean. I missed a little bit of stuff up here because I ran out of cleaner up here where the strut housing is. Just gonna spray some more stuff on there and then we'll get that all rinsed off. rest of the engine bay is pretty dang clean still, so I won't do too much with that. But then next day or two, as I stated before, we're going to flip around here so you can see me, sort of. Yeah, put that right there in the shade, maybe. Best we can. There we go. There we go. All right, so we'll finish detailing the engine bay here, get that cleaned off, and then, as stated earlier, this is a two-part series of maintaining my son's 2021 red, ignition red, of course, Subaru WRX STI. Last year they made these cars. It doesn't sound like they're gonna bring them back. I think Subaru's trying to get out of the performance cars and just go with consumers, from the sounds of it. So you better do a good job of taking care of this car, because you're not going to get another one like it for sure. So yeah, we'll just finish getting this taken care of. Go spray this off here, show you what's going on, get the engine bay, and then tomorrow we'll get into the decontamination phase of washing the car, getting ready for coating, ceramic coating. We will kind of, I guess, let you know what ceramic coating we decide to go with when it comes down to it. There are a ton of coatings out there, and you know what? They are all great coatings. This depends what you like. If there's a specific brand you like to go with, you can stick with that. But for the most part, yeah, most of the upper-end consumer coatings are in great shape. Here in northern central Utah, you know, the winters are brutal. They're very brutal, and we need to take care of these vehicles as best we can. And so I'm hoping some of these videos will help some of you guys out that are in climates that are very, very hot summers and very brutal cold winters. And so that's kind of hopefully what we can accomplish with this channel, amongst other things like typical home maintenance, car maintenance, whatever have you. If there's things you would like to see, or if there's something that you see that I do differently, I would love the comments. It's always good in DIYers, whether it's detailing or home repairs or whatever. It's always good to share knowledge. There's no sense keeping it into yourself. It's a great thing to share everything amongst everyone. So that's hopefully what we can do here, and we will continue with that. So let me get this ready to spray off real quick. So as you can see, that's pretty much all but gone. So it's time to rinse it off. So let me grab the gun here. We'll see what we can do to get this cleaned up. Hopefully it won't go skidding down the sidewalk and driveway while I rinse this off. A lot of GPMs in this pressure washing setup, as well as flow rates. But as you can see, yeah, it's hard to see, but as you can see, there's a lot of just plain old no good looking there that makes it better than it is just washing away. So yeah, that's kind of what we hope. I do like the full Kenny line. There's other good lines out there for chemicals, but you know, just whatever it is, just getting used to using all of them. I don't know which one fit for which particular type of detail you're going to do. As we decontaminate, upcoming day or so in video number 2. I think I'm going to try the level technical one with their decontamination with their iron and mineral deposit removal, as well as their high and low pH shampoos. See how that'll do with getting this. There's not a lot of decontamination on the car. We do need to clay it. So we got their lubrifica, which is clay. We can run metal. But anyway, I'll go into much more detail. We'll finish this up and this video ready to go. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe if you like this kind of content. If there's things you'd like to see, successes, that would be great. I will spare you the hassle of putting this back on there, but if we finish up the detail on the engine bay, I'll show you that, and then we'll call it a day. So, thank you. Okay, we're all back. Let me just kind of show you underneath here. We got it all buttoned up. I did find one thing that is a little bit interesting. I'm going to show you that little interesting tidbit right there. You can drain the oil without taking this plate off underneath. But the problem is I don't see a little way of getting the oil filter off. So if anyone knows, leave it in the comments, because I can't believe they'd leave a place to drain the oil but not an access panel to change the filter. There's something right here that possibly could. That's about where the filter is, but I'll have to do some research and see if that's something. That filter might fit just barely through there. I'm not sure. There's another one right here, but again, I don't know what those are for. I'll have to do some research. But anyway, yeah, we got that on. Go ahead and spray on a little bit of Green Star to finish this engine bay detail, get it cleaned up. Careful, that phone's gonna overheat again, so. Not to spray too much, just one or two little places is all right here. You can see that right here, strut housing tower. This is totally safe for all of this stuff. 100% safe. Pump this up again. Sorry, knocked the camera. You guys are gonna hate my videos. I got another camera on order, but it's just not here yet, so you have to bear with me for another couple videos, I think, but then we'll be in better shape. There we go. Yeah, we can just leave that there. Might as well just squirt the whole thing again. Use up the rest of this stuff. What I did last time, it looks really good from last time. Yeah, I think the solution's now gone. So set this over here a minute. Let that, I don't know, dwell for a minute or two. And then it'll be really good. So again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. I'll keep this thing going and see where this goes. Hopefully be good for someone to learn some things. That's what these YouTube channels are all about, is just learning and sharing with each other. So that's what we got cooking. All right, I think we're about ready to spray this off. A few more little sudses, but we'll get this sprayed off and get ready for the second part of this video series with decontamination. There we go. Promise I'll get better at this. I think we're there. I'm just gonna blow it off and close the hood. So thanks for watching part 1 and stay tuned for part 2. Thanks everyone and have a great day.